Hey Rob, how do you handle players stealing from other party members? Is that considered PvP and not allowed without permission, or is it more of a natural consequence situation where they can try and steal? PvP for sure. One of the number one rules, I say one of because I'm sure there's plenty number one rules. All the rules are number one rules. One of the most important rules at my games is that you are a party. If you've made a character in character creation that is a lone wolf and doesn't play by the rules, and I'm an evil character that steals from anybody, I'm an opportunist, and okay, then that guy goes off on his own to be an adventurer with some other assholes, and then you make a new character, a character that wants to be here, a character that has a reason to be with this party, and that's the bottom line. We are playing a game where you're not going to detract from the enjoyment from another player. PvP is allowed if the other player is cool with it, because that can be somebody's enjoyment. I have a game that I play on the regular with 5 players. One of them, from the beginning, is playing a relatively evil character. Evil does not mean stupid. Evil people do not survive long in a wilderness setting of an adventure with high fantasy monsters and bullshit if they don't have allies, if they don't have people who can help them. Evil people need to be smart about when they are evil and how. You know how many gaslighters are out in the world? They're evil because they are good at manipulating you into thinking they're not evil. Evil people don't just go, I'm going to stab this guy just because. I'm going to steal from my one guy who's protected me from the owlbear this earlier today. Like, they don't steal from each other. They don't shit where they eat, essentially, right? Even in the real world, in the animal kingdom, we see it. Like, there's symbiotic relationships between predators and prey sometimes, because the predator sometimes knows, like, if I kill this thing right here and now, yes, I'll get a meal once, but then I'm kind of fucked for all this other stuff. There's countless examples with sharks that don't eat the fish that eat from the scales, because they're like, this is a tiny little morsel and I could eat it, but if I do, then nobody else is going to be around to pick at the shit from my scales, and then I get an infection and stuff. There's like, evil people stealing from their own party is a recipe for disaster unless everybody has agreed to it. This example where one of the characters was pretty much evil from the beginning, that's been part of the story and everybody's been on board with it. Everybody at the table, meta style, knows that guy is evil and is ultimately going to become a bad guy that they have to defeat one day. But in character, dropping down a level into the character's knowledge, they're all like, this guy's kind of dodgy, but I think I can change him, kind of thing. He's even gone through elements of the campaign where he started getting corruption points for various reasons because he was collecting evil artifacts. And he lost his mind and started attacking them, but then they managed to heal him with radiant magic and reduce his corruption points, and he came back to himself enough to pretend like he was back to himself, and the rest of the party kind of forgave him for stuff. And then recently, a few sessions ago, he found the third of 5 dangerous artifacts. He knew where the other 2 were, and he went, I think now's my chance. I think this is as far as I need these douchebags to take me. And so he saw his opportunity and took it. He grabbed the artifacts from them and he bolted. He sort of revealed his true evil nature and fucked off. So it was an incredible moment in the story, and immediately I had that player roll up a new character. Because he knew that it was the case. It was like me and him sort of talked about this stuff, and I said, whenever the moment comes, it's up to you to decide for your character what's right for the character arc. But when he does turn on the rest of the party, he will become an NPC at that point, because I can't run a game where you're actively fighting the party in every single session. So the same can be said for just even small things like stealing stuff. I will usually turn to the player that's being stolen from and say, hey, are you okay with him trying to steal from you? And back to the person stealing and being like, are you okay with the consequences of them catching you stealing from you? And blah, blah, blah. If everybody's cool with it, allow it. If not, sorry, no, you can't steal from him. Come up with a reason why your character wouldn't do so. One last thing I'll say on it. But my character wouldn't do that. It's up to you to make your character do that. As an actor, if I was on a set and the director said, hey, I need you to get up, when you say this line, I need you to get up from your chair and walk across to the fridge. And then you need to open the fridge, you need to grab this thing out of it, and you need to go stand by the window. Oh, but my character wouldn't do... Fuck off. I'm telling you what I need you to do. It's up to me as the actor to make the choice. Okay, what is going on in my internal dialogue that's making me need to get up from my chair and go get something from the fridge in this moment? And then once I'm at the fridge, what is it about what I'm saying, or about what I see in the fridge, or about something that catches my eye out the window? What is it that makes me want to go over there? It's up to me to find the motivation to do so. The director has told me what they need me to do. I need to do it and find a reason to do it. And in the same way, if the director, if the DM has told you there's not going to be PvP, there's not going to be stealing from each other, and you're like, yeah, but my rogue's a kleptomaniac and he steals everything, and you just picked up a shiny crown. Come up with a reason why you wouldn't steal it. That's your job. Wait, before you go. Stop what you're doing. Don't forget that you haven't hit the like button yet. Do it now. Thank you.